Good afternoon, everyone. This is the revision for Module 5 and Term 2. Just a reminder, for our exam, you're going to have 5 multiple choice questions from Module 5. So 1 from Lesson 5.1, 3 from Lesson 5.2, and 1 from Lesson 5.6. For the writing questions, you have 3, all of them coming from 5.2. All right. As far as the multiple choice, you're going to have 15 questions. Each question is 4 points. Your goal is to get 10 questions correct. If you get 10 questions correct, you will take 40 points from the multiple choice. The first question that we have is coming from lesson 5.1. It's about slope-intercept. So all of lesson 5.1 is about slope-intercept form. Remember, slope-intercept form. Anybody know?
y1, y minus y1 equal m multiply x subtract x1.
Not quite.
Y equal mx plus b.
Y equal mx plus b. So lesson 5.1 is all about slope-intercept form. I didn't teach it to you as the book did, okay? I taught it to you along with 5.2. So when you see the question, don't panic. I taught it to you, but I just didn't tell you to open that part of the lesson, okay? So for this question, you're going to have 3 parts. Make sure you're being neat about it, okay? So this one says, write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through -2 and +3 with a slope of +4. First thing you need to do is say what is the slope. So anybody out there participating today?
Oh.
The slope is +4. Then we have our point. -2, we call it what?
y1.
No.
x1.
x1. And +3, we call it y1. So please, for the exam, remember that the first number on the left side is x1 and the number on the right side is y1. It's an easy thing to get confused because you are Arabic speaking. It is your first language. You have a tendency to want to read things from right to left, but you have to remember that for math, we're always reading from the left to the right. So the first number should be x1 and the second number should be y1. We're going from left to right when we read, same as you do in English class. So be careful with that. I had a lot of people switch it in the midterm exam. The second part is to do point slope form. So you should write and then you're going to do slope-intercept. So remember, point slope form is y subtract y1 equal m multiply x subtract x1. Put the boxes so that you know where to put your number. y1, we should have what?
Three.
I don't know it.
+3.
+3. For m, we should have what?
-2.
For m.
No, 4.
I don't know it.
+4.
+4. For x1, we should have what number?
-2.
-2. For here, we need to check if we have negative. What do we mean by negative? See here, you have 2 negatives. We should make it what?
Positive.
So this is the final answer for point slope form. Y subtract 3 is equal to +4 multiply x plus 2. Fine, you made point slope form. Part 3, you need to change it to y equal mx plus b. So from here, anybody remember how to change it? We should multiply, distribute. So we're going to do positive 4 to x, positive 4 to multiply by x, and positive 4 to multiply positive 2. Okay, when we multiply, we're going to get positive 4 to x plus 8. The next step, we have to add 3 both sides. When we add 3 both sides, remember this is going to make 0. The y, you should keep it down. The equal, you should keep it down. The positive 4x, you should keep it down. And positive 8 add 3 is positive 11. So this is the final answer. Anybody need to ask me a question about this one? Okay, so this is question number 1 from the workbook. You have 6 questions to practice. Make sure the first thing you do is do point slope. So part 2, you're going to make point slope, and then you need to change it to slope intercept form. You have to continue. After you do point slope, continue again, make slope intercept. The equation must be y equal mx plus b. So here in the writing, it says write an equation. That means they want y equal mx plus b. Okay? As far as the rating, we put this as a medium question. So if you printed the workbook, you can go ahead and check if you got this correct. You need to practice it, or do you need to study question number 1 again to keep track of what you need to focus on in the weekend? Question number 2 is coming from lesson 5.2. 5.2 is about point slope form. So I had somebody earlier. What's point slope form?
Y minus y1 equal m multiply x subtract x1.
Great. Exactly. So this is point slope form. You should know it for the exam. All right. This question also 3 parts. It says write an equation in point slope form for the line that passes through positive 2 and negative 7 and positive 6 and negative 3. Make sure you highlight in your exam what form they are asking you. Bring your highlighter and highlight the keyword so that you can remember which one to make. For this question, they give you 2 points. Anybody have any idea of what is the first thing we should do?
2x1 and negative 7 is x2 is y1 and 6 is x1 and negative 3 is y2.
Okay, fine. So we're going to do what? Make the slope. So like you said, x1 is going to be positive 2. Y1 is going to be negative 7. X2, positive 3. Y2, negative 3. So make sure you label the points so that you can put the numbers in the correct place. A lot of these things are very easy, and sometimes when things are so easy, you have more chances of making the mistake. So you have to be sure to label everything and to put it in the correct place. The next part 2 is to write the formula. Make sure you write the formula and then put the parentheses. It's going to keep you from making the mistake with the positive and the negative. So y2 should be negative 3. Y1 should be negative 7. X2 should be positive 6. And X1 should be positive 2. put it in the calculator. You're going to get m is equal to +1. Okay, so please make sure to put it in the calculator. Part 3, you just need to make point slope form. So y subtract y1 is equal to m multiply x subtract x1. Put your boxes instead of y1, m, and x1. Inside y1 box should be what number?
-7.
-7. The m?
1.
+1. The x1?
+2.
+2. What are we checking for here?
Negative and positive.
Not quite. Again, for negative and
Positive.
negative and negative. So we have negative, negative. Should change it to
Positive.
positive. So y plus 7 is equal to +1 multiply x subtract 2. The +1, remember, we do not write the +1. If you need to write it for yourself, okay, no problem. You can put y plus 7 is equal to +1 multiply x subtract 2. But remember, the best answer is the one in the green. The wizara will not write +1. You have to make sure that when you see the choices, okay, remember the +1, we will not write it. Fine. Also remember this question. You could make it, if you want it, by changing this one. They could use this point. You could use x2 and use this one as your x1. And you could use y2 and use it as y1. It's another point, it's possible. So if you did it with this x1 and this y1, the y1 would be -3. The m is still +1. And the x1 would be +6. After you put the numbers, what are you checking for?
The negative.
The negative. So we have negative, negative. We should make it positive. So the main thing to remember about point slope is to check for the negative, negative. Sometimes I remember in class, you guys were forgetting the negative because you didn't put a box or you didn't put parentheses. This is a very silly mistake to make, and it's an easy way to fix it. You can put a box here and make sure you put the number inside. If you have negative, negative, it must be positive. Okay, so that's question number 2 in the workbook. You have to make slope, and then you have to make point slope for every question. Okay. In the exam, we put this one as a hard one. So if you have the workbook, mark if you got it correct. You need to practice or you need to study it again. Up to you about how you should handle that question. Okay, up next, we have question number 3, also coming from lesson 5.2. Question number 3 is about parallel slope and perpendicular slope. Parallel slope should be the same slope. Perpendicular is your flip and switch. For parallel, remember, you should have the same sign and the same fraction or number. For perpendicular, it should be opposite sign, and it should be a flipped fraction. So parallel and perpendicular. You can see by the slope what kind of graph you're going to have. So again, parallel should be the same slope, same sign, same fraction. Perpendicular should be flip and switch. This means the opposite sign and flipped fraction. So here's an example. We have the slope. This slope is positive. The parallel slope should be the same sign. So what sign should be in the box?
Positive 8/11.
It should be positive, and it should have the same fraction. So positive 8/11. Perpendicular should be opposite sign. So what sign in the box?
Negative 11/8.
And then 11/8 is the fraction. So you have to know how to make this one for the exam, parallel and perpendicular. Another one, you have this slope. It is positive 5. Parallel should be the same sign in the same fraction or number. So what's in the parallel box?
Positive 5.
Positive 5.
Or positive 5/1.
Correct, or positive 5/1. So remember, to make the perpendicular, you need a fraction. That means that the slope in this box, you have to make its fraction. How do you make the positive 5 into a fraction?
Negative 5/1.
No, first this one in the black box. I want to make it a fraction. This one, this one. This.
Positive 1/5.
5/1.
We want to make it positive 5/1. Sorry, I guess I didn't put it in the slide. So should be positive 5/1. Perpendicular is opposite sign. So this one is positive. Perpendicular should be negative. Flip the fraction. What should be in the box?
Negative 1/5.
Negative 1/5. Okay. This one, the slope is negative 3. Parallel should be the same sign in the same fraction. So what number in the parallel box?
Negative 3
3.
Negative
3.
3. Fine. Perpendicular. You have to make this a fraction, right? It must be a fraction. So you put it over positive 1. This slope is negative. The perpendicular should be positive. They have to be opposite. This is negative, this one positive. What should be the fraction in the box?
Positive 1/3.
Positive 1/3. Fine. Another one, this slope is positive 1. Parallel, same sign, same fraction. What number in the box?
Positive 1.
Positive 1. Perpendicular should be opposite sign. So what sign in the box?
Negative
Negative
1/1.
Negative. This slope, we have to make its fraction. This one, how do you make it a fraction?
1/1.
Over positive 1. So if you flip it, what happens in the perpendicular?
-1/1.
You get -1/1.
We can make
Please
it -1, I think.
check every fraction in the calculator. If you write here +1/1, the next thing you should do is put it in your calculator to check it. If you check it, it's going to change to +1. So all of your fractions, make sure to check them in the calculator. It's going to make it easier for you to solve. If I can take the fraction and change it to the whole number, okay, it's easier to make the answer. So always check your fraction in the calculator. This slope, +4. Parallel should be same sign, same fraction. Which number in the box?
+4 over 1 or +4.
No, +4. Perpendicular should be a negative number. This slope, how do we make its fraction?
+4 over 1.
4/1. What's the flipped fraction for the perpendicular?
-1 over 4.
Fine. Last one. The slope is -2/7. Parallel should be same sign, same fraction. What number in the box?
-2 over 7.
-2/7. Perpendicular should be opposite sign, flipped fraction. So what number in the box?
+7 over 2.
+7/2 plus. So you should remember how to do parallel and perpendicular. This question has two parts. It says, determine whether line AB and line CD are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. They give you 2 points. So A and B are together, and C and D are together. To make the answer, you should do the slope for A and B. You're going to put the points x1, y1, x2, y2, and make the slope. Check it in the calculator. You should get +1/3. That is part 1. Do the slope for line AB. Part 2, you have to do the slope for line CD. So C and D, same again, make the slope. Label the x1, the y1, label the x2, the y2. Put the numbers inside the parentheses. Put it in the calculator. You're going to get m is equal to +1/3. Here on the side, I have the steps. So step 1 is to do the slope. Step 2, check the signs. Are they positive or negative? This slope is positive or negative?
Positive.
And the green slope, positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. So same sign or opposite sign?
Same sign.
It's the same sign. To make parallel, it has to be the same fraction. If it is a different fraction, the name is neither. So check the fractions. Is it same fraction, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, same fraction. So you have same sign, same fraction. The name is parallel. Did someone want to ask me a question? Okay. Another one. So same again. Find the slope for A and B. Here's the x1, y1, x2, y2. Write the slope formula, put the parentheses, put the numbers inside. Get the calculator, and you're going to get positive 3 or positive 3 over 1. Tell me again. Then we have part 2. We're going to do the slope for line CD. You need x1, y1, x2, y2. You need the slope formula. Put the numbers inside the parentheses. Get your calculator. Type numbers. You should get negative 1 over 3. Check the signs. For the yellow slope, it's positive or negative?
Positive.
This one is positive. For the green slope, it's positive or negative?
Negative.
So, same sign or opposite sign?
Opposite sign.
Opposite sign. So maybe the name will be perpendicular. You cannot decide until you check the fraction. They have to be flipped fractions. So the yellow slope is positive 3 over 1. The green slope is 1 over 3. Is it flipped fraction, yes or no?
Yes.
So I have opposite sign, flipped fraction. I have 2 yeses. Going to call it perpendicular. In the exam for this question, I suggest that you write what you see here on the side. Parallel, same sign, same fraction. Perpendicular, opposite sign, flipped fraction. And neither is different. Same like I did in this slide, you should check the box about what you have. If both are yes, the name is perpendicular. If it's no, then you have to call it neither. Another one. Slope for AB. Find it. You get positive 13 over 25. The slope for CD. Find it. You get positive 12 or positive 12 over 1. Check the sign. For the yellow, positive or negative?
Positive.
Fine. For the green, positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive. The sign, same sign or opposite sign?
Opposite sign. Same sign.
Same sign. Now, the name could be parallel. To make it parallel, it has to be the same fraction. Are the fractions the same?
No.
No. You have a different fraction. So because you have a different fraction, different number, we have to call this one neither. Anybody have a question for me? Okay. So this was question number 3. It's from example 9. In the textbook, there's not any practice questions about finding the slope and saying if it's parallel, perpendicular, or neither. But if you go inside Alex, or if you open the worksheets that I sent, there is plenty of practice about how to do the slope. So only this page is what I took from the book. Everything else to practice about this question is inside Alex. All right, so this is question number 3. We labeled it a medium question. Mark how you're doing with it. If you got it, you need more practice, or do you need to study it again? Question number 4 is also from lesson 5.2. This one is about how to make point slope into slope-intercept form. So remember, you know point slope because you have parentheses. And you can see slope-intercept because the y is alone. So this question says write the equation in slope-intercept form. The form that they give you, this one, we call it point slope. How do we know it's point slope? It has the parentheses with it. Okay? We want to change it to slope-intercept form. So y equal mx plus b. Put the line. Anybody know how to make it?
Yes.
What's the step?
Multiply by -5, both inside the -5 multiplied by positive 1x,
Yes,
and -5 multiplied by positive 4.
correct. Remember, if you need to multiply it on the side, that's a great idea, up to you. You have -5 multiply positive 1x, going to give you -5x. And then -5 multiply positive 4, going to give you -20. So -5x subtract 20 is what you should write there. Next step.
Add 7 both sides.
Add 7 both sides. -7 add 7. This is going to give 0. The y, you keep it down. The equal, you keep it down. The -5x, you keep it down. In the calculator, it is -20 add 7. You should get negative. So again, if you need to do your multiply and adding to the side, no problem. Do it off to the side and keep your work in one area here. Do not mix it together, otherwise you will get confused. One more here, write the equation in slope-intercept form. So we wanted y equal mx plus b. This one has a fraction. Same step.
Multiply by -1/2 by positive of 1x.
Correct?
And -1/2 multiplied by -8.
Correct. In the exam, I had a lot of people forget about the negative. Be careful about the negative. If you take your time and write it down, okay, you're not going to miss it. But if you're doing it in your mind or just typing it in the calculator, it's very easy to make a mistake. If you pick up your pencil, everything is going to be more clear and make more sense. So use your pencil. You have magic in the pencil, so use it. -1/2 multiply -8 is going to give you a +4. So be careful about it. Next step, subtract 3 both sides. 3, subtract 3 in the calculator, it makes 0. So you can delete this one. The y, keep it down. The equal, keep it down. The negative 1 over 2x, keep it down. This part, positive 4, subtract 3, will give you positive 1. So the final answer, y equaled negative 1 over 2x plus 1, because this one is positive. So that's question number 4. There's 4 questions to practice. They want you to take the point slope and change it to slope intercept. Okay. This question, we marked it as medium. Check. Did you get it correct? You need more practice, or do you need to study again? Question number 5 is from lesson 5.6. Lesson 5.6 is about inverse relation. Anybody remember what is the relation?
Yes. X
Again.
relation is X and Y, and inverse is Y and X.
Correct. So the relation is the one you've always been doing long time, X and Y. If they ask you for the inverse, you need to change the Y and the X. So here, determine the inverse of the numbers. For the first point, what number is X?
Positive 8.
What number is Y?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. How do you make the inverse?
Negative 3 and positive 8.
So switch it. Anybody else want to go, or is it just me and Fatima? I need the next X for the next point.
Positive 0.
Okay, 0.
Positive 14.
Okay, fine. What's the inverse?
Positive 14 and positive 0.
And 0. Fine. Anybody else want to try? Point number 3, the next one. What's the X?
Positive 11.
And the Y?
Positive 52.
And the inverse?
Positive 52 and positive 11.
Fine. Last one. Who's got the X? Anissa, you're back? No? Okay. Fatima, you want to go? Go ahead. What's the X?
Positive 12
And the Y?
negative 6.
The inverse?
Negative 6 and positive 12.
Negative 6 and positive 12. Then you write in the green the inverse relation. Okay, you write each point. Kalas, that's it. So this one is question number 5. Number 4 to number 9, they want you to find the inverse. So write what is the inverse, and you should not have any problem. This question, we put it as easy. So for yourself, mark down. Did you get it? You need more practice, or you need to study it again. Okay, and this is all the multiple choice coming from module 5.